Welcome everyone to Stem Cell Regeneration with Light. My name is Amanda Rose Walstrom, and I learned about phototherapy about 2.5 years ago, and it completely changed my perspective on wellness and what it can look like. We're going to talk about how the body can repair and heal itself at the deepest cellular level. A quick disclaimer first, this technology does not claim to treat, cure, prevent, or diagnose any disease. We're going to do something better, discuss how the body supports its own natural healing processes. The next 12 minutes is 100% about you, so be thinking about what health do you want? How do you want to feel? How do you want to move? How do you want to look, not just now, but in 10, 20, and 30 years from now? Let's get right into it. To understand this technology, we first need to understand why stem cells matter so much. The New England Journal of Medicine states the number one indicator to wellness is directly correlated to the number of adult stem cells in our bloodstream. Stem cells are unique because they can develop into any other type of cell your body needs for repair, healing, and regeneration. They're essentially your body's internal repair system. The problem is that they decline as we age because of stress, inflammation, the food we eat, the air we breathe isn't always the best. Often we're bogging down our systems, right? So by the age of 30, roughly 60% are dormant. By the age of 60, 90%. And by the age of 80, nearly 95% are inactive. So what does this mean? It means your internal repair system is not fighting for you, at least a large portion of it. So here is your takeaway today. The more stem cells you have, the slower you age, the faster you heal, and the better you perform. You are as healthy and as strong as these cells, which leads to the obvious question. How do we get more, and how do we fight this natural decline? That is exactly what X39 was designed to address, but without injections, without controversial harvesting, and without putting anything foreign into your body. It's just your body responding to light frequency via the right signal. And I'm going to talk about that word signal more as we go on. So let me show you how this works. Let's look at the diagram because it's actually very simple. Your body emits an infrared light. We're all 98.6 degrees approximately, right? Well, that heat is actually a low-level infrared light. And this is why plants, animals, and humans glow with night when we put on night vision goggles. So as we are emitting that light, that heat, the patch, which is about the size of a quarter, acts like a mirror that reflects your light back into you at a specific frequency. That frequency is a signal, and it acts as a set of instructions for your body to act upon. And what makes this technology unique is that it does not put anything into your body. It's called non-transdermal. There's no drugs, chemicals, stimulants, no negative side effects, and no contraindications. You may be wondering, well, what set of instructions is the patch actually sending? So let's read the patent on X39 because it tells us just that. As a result of elevating copper peptide, I'm going to talk about that in a second, including activation of stem cells, improvements in energy, elevation of antioxidants, reduction in inflammation, we've got improvements in stamina, elevation of collagen production, yes please, and improved wound healing. So why does this matter so much to everyone? Because LifeWave is the only company in the world that can signal your body to elevate this peptide and activate your stem cells, which we now know that we need with your light. So let's get back to the copper peptide because that's actually the key to this entire process. It's called GHKCU, and it's one of the most powerful regenerative peptides. It's referred to by researchers and scientists as the holy grail of healing. So when you go to PubMed.gov, you're going to find 17 pages spanning nearly 5 decades of research. So what does this research say? Well, GHKCU increases healthy cell proliferation. What does that mean? Basically, it's a very fancy word, but means your cells grow, they divide, and they create new cells. And we all want healthier, newer cells. So when this happens, more studies show that we see increased strength, stamina, mobility. We've got cognition, mood, energy, skin smoothing, hormone balancing, improved vision, gums, and digestion, and the list goes on and on. Let's bring it full circle and connect the dots between the copper peptide, stem cells, and X39. So X39 signals the body via your own light, right? We just learned that a few minutes ago to increase the production of GHKCU, our endogenous GHKCU. That means it's our own. So GHKCU then signals the body to activate its own stem cells and resets them to a more youthful state. This right here is why so many people choose to wear X39. Let's look at what happens when your body is consistently given the right signal over time. Within the first 48 hours, approximately 4,000 of your genes begin to reset. That's nearly a third of the genes in your entire body being reset in less than 48 hours. And this is the exact reason why it's age reversal at its finest. And David Schmidt has stated this is not anti-aging, it's actually age reversing. Then over the following weeks, inflammation begins decreasing and the brain starts to become more balanced. Over the following months, collagen production increases. We're strengthening our skin, connective tissue, and our organs. And you know why this is? Because GHKCU is the precursor to collagen. It signals your body to produce more of its own endogenous collagen, our own, right? And then after 6 months, we start to see that the heart reverses in age. And these changes compound over time as your body continues to regenerate. So here's what it looks like in everyday life. And as you're going through this list, you're probably thinking, well, Amanda, you just mentioned these when you were explaining GHKCU. Exactly. Because X39, right, remember, is the signal for the body to produce more GHKCU and ultimately activate your stem cells. So here's what we're seeing. We've got increased strength, we've got reduced inflammation, increased stamina, energy, vitality, mental clarity, restored muscle and skeletal conditions, improved sleep, and improved skin appearance. So the science and benefits are really important, but what you really want to see is what this actually looks like in real life. So here's a few examples of real people experiencing rapid wound healing, age reversal, and skeletal system repair. You see that some of them happened fast, over 24 hours, and others took more time. And that is because this is the body doing all of the heavy lifting. X39 provides the signal that kickstarts that process. This is really important for everyone to understand. You are probably wondering, will it help me with this? Or I'm thinking of this person, they have that. Will it help with that? How long will it take? Or even, will my body do what I'm seeing in these photos? So we have to remember what we just discussed. Remember, X39 mirrors your own light at a specific frequency. Everyone, that is the job of X39, providing the body with a set of instructions. And from there, the body takes over. So these results are not the patch doing the healing. These results are the body doing what it was designed to do after it received that signal. So we are very intelligently designed. We know that. The body decides where it needs support most, what it's going to focus on first, and how long is that process going to take. Every person is different because every body is different, right? The patch simply provides the signal. The healing, the repair, the renewal, what you're seeing in these photos comes from the body itself. So we are also seeing incredible results in animals too. They don't have an expectation or a placebo. So what you're seeing right here is the body just responding. So how do you use it? Simply put, place the patch where the diagram shows or where you hurt. Wear the patch for 12 hours, remove it for 12 hours, and put a new one on the next day. It doesn't get any simpler than that. Consistency, hydration, electrolytes are important. They are going to be your best friend during this process. LifeWave has formulated an electrolyte powder called Cellergize that gives your body the specific nutrition it needs to do what the patches are signaling it to do, right? Assemble, produce more of that copper peptide. Well, it needs the nutrition to assemble that peptide. So do not skip days, everyone. And most importantly, give your body the time it needs to respond. This is the body healing the body, and it's not masking anything. So now the question becomes is how do you get started? LifeWave keeps it simple with 2 paths depending on what you're looking for. If you're already thinking about who needs this to hear this because you see the impact, you value a good opportunity, you appreciate multiple streams of income, or you simply want more options for your future, or you want to supply patches for yourself, your friends, or your family, and less than wholesale pricing makes you smile, the brand partner path is designed exactly for you. With this path, you're partnering with one of the most innovative light technology companies in the world while they handle the heavy lifting and you simply share it. If your focus is on personal wellness, fantastic. The Preferred Customer Plus option is a great place to start with wonderful benefits. As a brand partner, you can choose the option that aligns with your health and your budget goals. Each package offers less than wholesale pricing with greater savings as the package size increases. So if you want the greatest value and the lowest cost per sleeve, the premium is the strongest choice for you. If you prefer to start with a more focused trial period, the core gives you a solid foundation, and there are 2 packages in between, of course. Preferred Customer Plus is a great option for those focused on personal wellness. This is a great way to try other patches prior to buying them because LifeWave provides free samples each month with your auto shipment. So here you can see which free samples are sent, and you will be provided details on each of these as they arrive. A few of you may be skeptical because this is the first time you've ever heard of phototherapy. Understandable. That was me a little over 2.5 years ago as well. So let me take a few minutes and share a little bit about LifeWave beyond the science. It has been leading in light technology for more than 21 years. And in 2025, they received the Biotech Breakthrough Award for Stem Cell Innovation of the Year. This award has been around since 2013. It spans across 15 countries and receives tens of thousands of entries each year. That means that this technology is being recognized not only by everyone that's wearing it, but by leaders in the biotech industry. The man behind the technology is David Schmidt. He is the founder, CEO, and inventor of every LifeWave product with 200 patents and counting. He's a scientist, he's an inventor, and innovation is at his core. Every breakthrough has a beginning, and this technology was developed for and worn by the Navy SEALs over 20 years ago. Then in 2004, it showed up at the Olympics. This led to LifeWave to receive letters from the US and the World Anti-Doping Agencies. Today, we have some of the most elite athletes using this technology across the world. What I love is that these elite athletes have access to any and every modality in the world, and they choose to wear X39 without sponsorships. They pay for it just like you and me. LifeWave is a 21-year-old company with 3,000% growth over the last 6 years. That is a lot of growth, especially for a company that is not a startup. So simply put, we have this momentum, the growth, the longevity, because the product works and we're just getting started. The point of this to all of you is that you are not early to something unproven. You are right on time to something that's been producing results for decades. We are at the center of a $6.8 trillion wellness economy because we impact the fastest growing markets. So whether you want better recovery, you have younger looking skin, more energy, less pain, you want just beauty and personal care, it all points back to the same solution, X39. We've covered a lot, and here's the bottom line. If you want the energy, the recovery, the healthier aging, and a body that functions the way it was designed to, X39 might be exactly what you're looking for. Continue to do your research, yes. Ask questions, learn everything you want to learn, and understand this. The sooner you start, the sooner your body starts responding. I cannot wait to connect with you, answer your questions, and help you get started. Thank you.